Hey y'all, it's your girl Megan, and I know I'm like a week behind, and I have no excuses for it. Really, just been focusing my attention elsewhere, not in like distracting ways, just more of like traveling or like attending family things, really working, and just giving myself rest a little, but still putting my mind to things, still getting that energy going, still putting forth the intentions within these 30 days. My sound mixer is currently out of service, so I'm playing music in the background. Hopefully y'all hear it. Hopefully it's enough to just vibe, but it's not about the music, it's not about the setup, it's not about, it's about the message and just the actions of doing things and, getting that word out there and still accomplishing things in the midst of any of the inconveniences that we already talked about in previous episodes. So y'all bear with me as I drop these next 5 to 6 episodes back to back to back to back to back, and it not having the proper setup that I normally do. So I'm just putting that out there. But today's first EP is day 14, and it's patience. And it's funny that I'm put in a situation where my patience is being tested, because why is my expensive equipment not working and not turning on? But it's okay, we're still making it work, we're still getting things done. But patience is today's topic. I just want to start with saying patience is a process of waiting, right? So just like I'm saying right now, I have to just wait until I can either get further help with my issue for my soundboard, or till it's 24 hours to reboot it. So therefore I still have to wait. And in the midst of practicing patience, or your patience being tested, or you're in moments of being impatient, we tend to lose sight of what it is that we're waiting for, and that's just in a general sense. So it's like I just currently, before I pressed record, was fighting the feelings of being discouraged because of my normal routine and way of recording got interfered with. So now I have to improvise and come up with something and, go the long way or take the long route of things, rather it being convenient in the ways I'm used to. So that's the moment where my impatience of not understanding what's going on and impatience of just being frustrated, I didn't get discouraged, I didn't lose sight of the importance. Like I said, it's not about the setup, it's not about the music, it's just about the message and the consistency. So no matter what it is, I'm getting these out to y'all. So the next thing I want to say is like observing in moments of being impatient. How do you respond? Do you seek change? Do you complain? Do you shut down? Do you just redirect your energy and just get distracted? Do you respond passively? When you're impatient, like I literally came up with this episode not because of this moment right now, but because of another moment where I was literally sitting outside in my car and I was like waiting for somebody, and I was I felt myself getting impatient, and I was like, nah, like just chill, it's okay, like like coaching myself through the irritation that I feel arising or aggravation, but in moments, how do you respond? Like, do you catch an attitude? Are you passive? Do you not say nothing but you really feel away? Like, what are you being impatient with or about? All things that you gotta think about or just highlight in your space and be self-aware. I just want to say, like I said, do you seek distractions? I want to highlight that. Distractions, the definition, act of distracting, the state of being distracted, and mentally distressed or disarranged. All in one definition under distraction: the act of being distracted, the act of being distracting, the state of being distracted, and mentally being disorganized, basically. So what is your distraction? What are you losing sight of the bigger picture and focusing on distractions, being a distraction? Or are you like disorganized and you can't even focus on what it is you're trying to achieve? All things that we gotta sit with ourselves, ask ourselves, and things I ask myself. So, I know I always gotta just bring it back to, what does God say about patience? Again, patience is a direct fruit of the Spirit. And we've already talked about fruits of the Spirit. So it's just like, when we talk about these direct words and these direct terms, it's like he's showing us in numerous examples of why these key terms are important and why he picked these key terms for you to practice and obtain. Patience, love, you know what I'm saying? Self-control, all of these things are valuable. And it helps you guide throughout your social interactions. It helps you guide throughout just living, honestly, simply living. If you obtain patience, that's a gem to withhold. But like I said, what does God say about patience? For one, Psalms 37 says, surrender yourself to the Lord and wait patiently for him. So to me, don't outwork his plan when discouraged, when unmotivated, when stuck, when unsure, when impatient. Anything, the timing is not yours. All things that are for you will be for you. All things that are not for you will remove itself from your space or pollute your space. Surrender yourself to the Lord and wait patiently for him. When you get discouraged, place those feelings in the hands of the Lord and wait patiently for him to help you find courage. When you feel unmotivated, put that feeling of unmotivation in the hands of the Lord and wait patiently for him to restore your heart in that fire within and give you the steps to take to do that. And you have to be obedient because, y'all, I'm in a season of my life where I fought. I'm telling y'all, it was a Baby Chief doing a song, and he was like, have y'all ever felt your spark and then had somebody come around and like take it? That, like, not saying somebody came around and took my spark, but I was out of touch. I was unaligned. I was disoriented, mentally disorganized, impatient, doing things on my timing. I didn't surrender myself to the Lord and the things that he has aligned for me. And in surrendering yourself, you don't have to be the holiest person and go to church or nothing. Just understand that he's working with you. Understand when you ain't got nobody, you got God. And it's just that spirit that's always with you. You may not know if it's listening. You may not have seen it. You may just felt it but thought you were tripping. It's just that safe spirit that you feel or that you talk to when you're in the moments of like having no hope. So to me, be patient with yourself and knowing that it's okay to be patient and disciplined in God's plan. Oh, hold on. The music is distracting me again. Once again. I hope y'all can even hear that in the background. I listened to some of my Lake EPs and it was like windy, but maybe this is picking up the music in the background too. I hope so, because y'all, I'm really sick about my soundboard, but we're gonna get it all figured out. Hopefully, I pray. I surrender that to the Lord, and I'm waiting patiently for Him to turn it back on, y'all. But no, for real. James 5 says, "Brothers and sisters, be patient until the Lord comes again. See how farmers wait patiently for their precious crops to grow. They wait patiently for fall and spring rains. You too must be patient. Don't give up hope." When I read that, I'm just like, yo, I'm reading this stuff straight out the Bible. Like, it's a point. Farmers, when you grow something, we are like plants to the Lord. From the dirt, when you grow something, you gotta water it. You gotta tend to it. You gotta watch it. You see it sprout. You see the progress, but it don't happen overnight. You don't plant the seed and the plant be grown all the way by the next day. It don't work like that. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with God's plan for you, and be patient with the timing. Y'all, this is why it's a fruit of the Spirit. The power of being able to be content in timing, and the flow of what's for you is for you and what's not won't be. The patience that you have to have, and the trust and faith that you have to have. It's a process. Everything's a process. When you get a new job, you got to go through the hiring process, the training process. You got to find your rhythm. That's a process. When you learn something new, you got to learn the trials. That's a process. When you read a new book, you got to learn the system of this book and how it's structured so that you can flow with the story. It's a process. Everything's a process. So within the process, you got to be patient. Because I can post these EPs for the rest of the year every day, and may not see no results, may not get no feedback. But that don't mean I shouldn't keep posting when the next year hit or when the next day come. Then another one was James 9. "Brothers and sisters, stop complaining about each other, or you will be condemned. Realize that judge is standing at the door." Patience is key, and in the midst of your waiting, don't lose sight of why the mission. Don't lose sight of why and what's the mission and your intentions. So, again, the Bible says stop complaining about each other and realize that you will be condemned. Just because I'm not posting every day don't mean I'm not writing outside, doing some stretching in the sun, doing little movements towards growth that I may not display. So be patient with me, y'all. Okay? The same way I have to be patient with myself, I want y'all to be patient with me, because it teaches me how to be consistent and stick to my word, and it teaches you all how to have understanding and empathy and patience with the process. So, understand that don't judge people. Don't judge what you don't understand. Don't judge just because somebody don't learn as fast as you learn. Don't mean that they're not as worthy as you are. Just because somebody may not move as fast as you do, or may not be as athletic as you are, or may not be the best chef like you are, just because somebody doesn't contain or obtain a trait that you have, doesn't make them less worthy. We have to learn how to teach one another, lead one another, be patient with one another's growth and progress. If you lead a team and you're the manager, you cannot expect a new hire to pick up training in a week. Somebody might come in and learn training in a week. Somebody might come in and learn training in 3 months. But because everybody's different, we have to have that sense of patience within the growth and understanding, and try to communicate. If you can help somebody in any area of their life and just show them that it's okay and to remind them to have patience with themselves, but also educate them on what could be better. And, if you have experience, do that. And y'all, this stuff's just flowing. I'm using my notes. I'm trying to catch up. I'm really just finna dump all these EPs. I'm speaking from the heart. I'm speaking from the mind. I hope y'all vibing. I hope y'all gonna stick with me for the night, because y'all finna get EPs back to back to back to back. But yeah, I'm just trying to pick up where I'm left off with my notes, y'all. But see, on my mixer, I could pause. But because we're taking it back to old school, y'all gotta just vibe out with me. So, it's another thing. We gotta be patient with each other, because we can't control one another. So we can't complain about what we can't control. And if you just be patient and calm within, you gain a sense of self-control. I don't know. Me personally, I treat people how they act. If you're a timely person, then I'm going to be on time. If you're not a timely person, then I'm going to take my time. It's just what people allow, what people express their boundaries to be. And you got to know your people. You got to accept people for who they are. You got to accept people for what they do. You can't control nobody. Your triggers and your mental instabilities are not somebody else's responsibility. I'm sorry, it's not. Even my own. When I'm throwing a tantrum, it is not somebody else's responsibility to fix my attitude. It's my responsibility to fix my attitude. It's my responsibility to have patience with myself for my own growth. So sometimes you got to take accountability and be patient with yourself, but also seek help or seek knowledge or seek wisdom in areas where you are not strong. And seek understanding. And be humble. Because being patient is being humble. Knowing that people are not perfect, people are not you, and you can't make a person do what you would do. You're either going to accept people for who they are, or you're going to remove yourself. It should just be that. Because quite frankly, you can tell a person what you don't like about them, and you can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. That's just like telling your grandma, oh, it's 2026. This is what's allowed. This is what's not allowed. That lady is 75 years old. She is not changing her ways. Like, some people, you just got to know your people. But, granted, I have my days where I can be selfish and, either not on time or not patient or, want others to move on my time. But I'm aware that I can't be that way. So yeah, be patient with yourself in the midst of all things. Understand that you can't change people. You can't change how people move. You can't change how fast people learn. You can't change how people act. And you can't change what people understand and comprehend. You can only control you and what you allow in your space and what you want to be bothered with and what you want to deal with. So if you don't like something, you don't have to deal with that person. And respectfully, you can remove yourself. But be patient with their lack of understanding. And instead of clowning or talking about what you don't like and complain about that issue, educate them on how they could be better in this area to work in a team. or with friends. Because complaining only pisses people off, quite frankly. Be patient with people's growth and where people stand in their lives. You don't know what people have on their minds. You don't know what people wake up with on their heart. You don't know what people dealing with and what people facing when they don't talk about things. You just don't know. So respond to people like you don't know what's going on in their life, but you want to make things as smooth and as easy as they can be. Be patient and communicate. Be clear. But that's EP4, y'all. Trust your timing. Pace yourself. Understand that you deserve patience and you deserve grace. So give yourself that, and the more you give yourself that, the more you can exude that to other people. And y'all, we are a team, we are a world, we are a community, and we are one, and we all need to learn to work together and give each other grace and be patient with one another in our growth and our learning and our loving. Period, point blank. That's how I feel on this EP. But I got 5 more to go. So y'all, it's going to be a long night, but I'm on that. See y'all in the next EP.